This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Jim Schaller.
Welcome, good neighbors, to episode number 44, the Good Neighbor Podcast Estero. Today we have Tiffany Trovato from Tiffany Cares joining us, sharing a little bit about what she does in the community. Tiffany, welcome.
Hi, thank you, Jim, for having me. I really appreciate this.
Yeah, it's always good to meet good people in the community that are doing good things, and that's what we want to do. We want to learn a little bit more about what you do and what you're doing in the community.
All right, well, I'll tell you what I do. I have a home health care agency, and it's called Tiffany Cares. We really just provide care for geriatric patients with Alzheimer's disease and dementia. I personally, on the side, as well as doing that, take care of children and adults with ASD, CP, and MS. And ultimately, the goal is really just to help as many people as I can. And the same thing goes for the people who I hire. I would say overall, it's really a rewarding job. And anyone who's done this job or is in this field, could totally relate. For someone to, walk up and hug you with tears in their eyes saying that God really answers prayers and you've answered ours is such an undescribable feeling. And yeah, it's
That's
a go
It's
ahead.
great. It's great. No, that's great. It's like
Yeah,
it takes a special person to be able to do that, and it's like you said, it's very rewarding.
yeah,
When you get that look or that hug or that that comment, and it's beautiful. So
yeah.
how did you get involved in that?
Well, okay, so I'm 19 years old, and a few years ago, when I was 11, 12 years
Hmm.
old, my grandma had fourth-stage cancer, and it just naturally came to me to want to help her, like a natural caregiver almost, I could say. And yeah, she just kind of sparked a love for geriatric patients for me. So when middle school came and high school came, I ran for class president, and that group, the SGA group, student government, I just always suggest going to the nursing homes, and we would go and do different activities, and different types of crafts with the residents. And eventually, one of the nursing homes that I was at volunteering offered me a job. They said, when you turn 16, you come in for a job. So, of course, right after my birthday, that's the first thing I did.
Uh,
I ran right there
uh,
and
uh,
applied. I got the job, and after that, I would always stay after hours, and I would stay there for forever. And it kind of just out of nowhere became this dream to want to own an assistant living home. But you kind of just don't roll out of bed and own an assistant living home. You have to start somewhere.
Yep, yep.
So I just figured start here, have an agency. I got my phlebotomy certification, my CNA. I'm in school, Kaiser University for Healthcare Administration, and hopefully I'll be able to work my way up from this agency to daycare with some type of connecting foundation, and we'll see where it goes from there. Maybe even a shop, like a cookie shop or something for kids with autism and different kids with disabilities to work there. Something
You've
like
got
that. Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
you've got a great vision for such a young person. Now, I'm
Thank
sure it
you.
hasn't been easy. Anytime
No.
you're learning something new, or trying to understand and grow a business, it's not easy. But if you have a passion for it, it really helps, and it seems like you have a
Mhm.
strong passion for it.
Thank
Was
you.
there was there something that maybe was a challenge for you that maybe you overcame, and you want to say maybe you're a better person now because of it?
Okay, one thing that was honestly, and it still is to this day, that is so hard working with geriatric patients and even kids with autism. For kids with autism, it's frustrating to watch people not look at them the same. And the one boy who I help who has autism, he's 22, and he can't make the mind and mouth connection to talk, but I help him speak through a letterboard, and he teaches me things. That's one thing as far as that goes. And as far as older people who have Alzheimer's disease and dementia, one challenge that I rose above was losing the people that I helped. I had one lady who I helped when I was 16, and I stayed with her in the ICU all the way up until she had passed away. And that was a really hard time for me, but I did learn something out of it. And I learned that just standing by their side, simply being next to her, was so much. It was just so important. So now I always try and make it my priority to let whoever I'm taking care of know that they're not alone, because that sense of security for them makes all the difference. I mean, it is a huge difference just knowing someone's coming to go to your house and they look forward to seeing you. It gives them, yeah, just a sense of security to know that they're not alone.
Yeah, and it gives them hope, and it's just like you mentioned,
Right.
it's it's you're building a connection with somebody, and that's
Yeah,
the same, like,
exactly.
and that's great. Now you kind of were touching on it a little bit before, but are there any kind of, I want to say, myths or misconceptions that we could maybe bust about maybe the healthcare industry or the people involved in it?
Right. Well, I think one myth about home health care, the industry for home health care, is that it's only focused on medical tasks, but home health care goes way beyond just the medical care. I mean, it includes assistance with daily activities, companionship, emotional support for not only that person, but for their families. I mean, the list really goes on, and our goal at Tiffany Cares is to provide such a wide range of services, kind of with the holistic approach, just to give these people different specialized care. Not only that, but another myth I think in the home healthcare agencies are that it's only for elderly people, But as far as like my business goes, we are looking to help anyone who's asking for it, you know? We're there to help absolutely anyone and everyone.
Because everybody needs some type of help, and
Yeah,
that's great that you kind of extend it, and you're not just, let's say, leaving people out, because
right.
those are the people that probably need the help the most, you know,
Mhm.
and that's
Exactly.
great. So I know you go to school, and I know you work an awful lot. What do you like to do outside of work?
Right. Okay. So since I am 19, college parties sometimes could be fun, at different times. I like to
Right?
go out. But honestly, the main thing I really, really enjoy is I love eating. I mean, I go out to eat and I'm talking about my next meal. So I love going out to eat with my family. Sometimes when I'm having a rough day, I'll take the dogs out. I have two little puppies, a Chihuahua and a Schnauzer, and I'll take them to the beach for sunset and read or play the ball with them, play fetch. I like to walk. I think I don't know, it's good exercise and it's relaxing for all that food I eat. I like to
Right?
play chess, shopping, of course, I'm a girl. And then sometimes, uh, to keep me busy, I did a few different fundraisers, but I found that to be a lot of fun too. So I do a lot of different things for fun, but
That's
yeah.
great. You've got a broad spectrum of things that you do, and
Oh
that's great
yeah.
because it makes you a well-rounded person. So,
Right. Thank
so
you.
I- are there uh, what else would you like to share with our listeners about Tiffany Cares and what you do?
I'd say honestly, one important aspect of my business that I would want people to know is that both my employees and I take a personalized approach. We really believe in understanding the unique needs of each person um, that we work with, and by doing so, we could provide like a tailored care, and support that truly meets their specific requirements that they're needing. And it's really just all about creating that meaningful and personalized experience for everyone individually, I think. So, for everyone involved, really, I should say.
Now, are you doing this care at a facility? Are you doing it at their homes, or where
So,
does that usually happen?
normally at their homes, but I am totally not opposed to going into a home with someone. I go back and visit some of the people who I used to take care of when I worked at the nursing home itself,
Yep.
So yeah, really, like I said, anyone and everyone who needs the help, we're variety. We go anywhere.
That is great. That is great. Well, how would our listeners go about getting a hold of you if they were interested in learning more or, having a loved one
Right.
helped out?
So if you go to Facebook, I'm working on a website right now, but for right now I'm on Facebook. If you just type in Tiffany Cares, a page will pop up with my number, and I think you'll put the number here, right? And a link to
Yep.
that. Okay,
Yep.
so yeah, you could
Absolutely.
find it on here. I mean, and everything is pretty much on there. If you want to just contact me, I mean, go for it. And I could tell you more about what we do. And on the page is different people who I've taken care of before and who know me personally, sharing their experience. So yeah, you could go to that Facebook page, just type in Tiffany Cares, and it should pop right up.
I love it. I love it. You are a bright individual and doing some great things in the community, and we love it. So,
I
any
appreciate
last words?
that.
Anything else?
Well, I think that's it. I just want to say thank you
That's it.
again. I really appreciate this opportunity.
Tiffany, I appreciate it. I love you. You're doing great things. Keep doing what
Thank
you're
you.
doing, and we will see you out in the community soon. Okay?
All right. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you for
Bye.
listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast Estero. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpestero.com. That's gnpestero.com or call 239-296-2621.